Hello people, sorry I am gone once again. My daughter has this never-ending fever that just won't go away. So it's my turn to be home. So today is just a review day, luckily. It's nothing super new. You should have this quick review Unit 4 sheet out. We're going to go through the first problem together, and then on the back you can try that problem if you want, or you can move on to doing the homework. And maybe ask the sub too. The sub might know some answers to your questions if you do have questions about things. So let's go through this question first. We're going to be doing a bunch of different transformations all in the same graph. And it's going to be basically a little bit of everything that we've done in this unit and what you'll expect to see on the test. You won't have a problem quite like this on the test. It'll all be separate, but you will have reflections, rotations, translations, and dilations. So the first thing we got is reflect triangle ABC over the x-axis. Label it A prime, B prime, C prime. So if you remember, something to keep in mind. When you are reflecting, if it's not x-axis or y-axis, remember that x equals a number is going to be a vertical line, y equals a number will be a horizontal line. So that's something to keep in mind because it might not be an axis. But for this one, x-axis. All right, so the x-axis is obviously this line right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to count from B to the x-axis. We go one space. So you're going to continue and go one more space and call that B prime. From C to the x-axis, you're going 4 spaces, so you're going to continue and go 4 more spaces and put C prime. And then A to the x-axis is also 4 spaces, so you go an additional 4. Call that A prime. So make sure you have your labels, connect the points together, and you're all set. So that's reflections. And then we have the next one, which deals with rotations, and that we just did yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday, the notes are on Canvas, and maybe even ask some people around you. They could probably help explain it a little bit. So we've got rotate the new triangle 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. All right, remember 90 degrees counterclockwise. If you draw your arrows, if we have an up arrow and we rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise, we'll have a left arrow. A left arrow rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise will become down. Down will become right. And right will become left. And then what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where all these points are. So to get to A from the origin, oh, I lied. To get to A prime, we got to do it from A prime. So to get to A prime from the origin, we are going left 8 and down 4. Okay. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can see this better. All right, so to get to A prime from the origin, we're going left 8 and down 4. Okay, so we're talking about A prime. We go left 8 and down 4. All right, to get to our new point, A double prime, what we're going to do is use our arrows. Remember, the left arrow becomes down, so instead of left 8, we're going to go down 8. And then down becomes right. So instead of down 4, we're going to go right 4. All right, and again, that's from the origin. So from the origin, we're going to go down 8 and then to the right 4. So down 8 and to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that's going to be our new point A double prime. All right, so A double prime is located right there at 4, negative 8. Then we have to do the same thing with B prime and then C prime. So with B prime, to get there from the origin, we had to go left 3 and down 1. Left 3 and down 1. Now to get to B double prime, our new point, we're going to use our arrows. Left becomes down, so instead of left 3, we're going to go down 3. Down becomes right, so instead of down 1, we're going to go right 1. And that's from the origin. So from the origin, we're going to go down 3 and right 1 and call that B double prime. And then C, to get to C prime, from the origin, we had to go down 4 and left 3. And so now we're using our arrows. Down becomes right, so we'll be going right 4. Left becomes down. So we're going to go right 4 and down 3 from the origin to get to C prime. So right 4, down 1, 2, 3. Right, and that's C double prime. And then you connect the points together and you should have a triangle that's the same size, just rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. All right, now the next one, what we're going to do is, let's do that in green. Okay, so the next one is translating. All right, it says translate this newest triangle, A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, using the following translation. T with the little subscript -1, 6. All right, -1, 6 means that, remember the first number is up or down, I'm sorry, the first number is left or right. So -1 means that we're going to be going left 1, and 6 means we're going to be going up 6. So we're going to take every point from this blue triangle and move it left 1 and up 6. So we're going to go left 1 and up 6, and that'll give me B double prime, which is the middle letter, F. All right. C double prime is going to move left 1 and then up 6. And since that's the last letter, that'll become G. And then A double prime, you go left 1 and then up 6. And that'll become E. Connect those 3 points together, and you have your translation. All right, and the last thing that we're doing is we're going to be dilating, which we did on Tuesday. Okay, so the dilation, we're going to take this green triangle EFG and dilate it 2x, 2y. So that means each point is getting multiplied by 2. All right, so we're going to multiply by 2. So like E is located at 3, -2. My new point, E prime, you double them. You'll have 6, -4. All right. F is already located at 0, 3. If you double those to get F prime, you're going to get 0, 6. And then G is located at 3, 3. To get to G prime, you double those, and that'll become 6, 6. So we're going to plot those, and then we're pretty much done. 6, -4 is E prime. 0, 6 is F prime. And then 6, 6 is G prime. Connect those 3 points together, and you're all set. Okay, so now on the test, you won't have a problem quite like this where everything's all in the same grid. But you will have a problem where they'll tell you to reflect something, or they will tell you to rotate or translate or dilate. So you need to make sure you know how to do all of those things. All right. Now, as far as the back side of this sheet, if you would like to try the back side on your own and then compare your answers with mine, that would be a good idea. All right, so if you want to, like, pause the video here, try the back, and then press play once you're done. All right, so if you tried the back, and then now you've paused the video and press play, here's what you should have ended up with for your answer. All right, so here's the answer. You can pause this, you can kind of copy it down. I tried to describe everything that I did. You know, the first one's a translation, so you're going to move each of the points in A, B, and C left 2 and up 4. Then remember, this one's a rotation about point C prime. So you're going to be rotating everything about that specific point. So you got to figure out how do you get from A to C prime, and then you do the same thing with A double prime. All right. And then you do the same thing with B prime, figure out how you got there, and then go do that to B double prime. So that's kind of how the answers are. This one's a reflection. Remember, the line x = 2 is a vertical line. So this blue triangle got reflected over that, and then this green triangle got doubled in size, and so you get this purple triangle. All right. So that's kind of essentially what you're going to be. This is your answer. You can pause it and double check everything. All right, as far as the rest of the time goes, you should be working on this review worksheet. All right, it lets you know exactly what you need to know, so make sure you know how to do coordinate notation versus vector notation versus subscript notation. That's in the day 1 notes that we took. Being able to translate something, moving it up, down, left, right. Being able to reflect something over a given line. Or axis. Reflecting over the line y = x. Remember, I told you a lot of people forget that one. Don't forget that. It's in the notes, on the reflection notes from Friday. What else? Rotations, which we just went through yesterday, so make sure you know how to do those. And what else do we have? We've got, how do we get triangle ABC to triangle A prime, B prime, C prime? All right, notice there is a numbered grid on there, and so you can use like reflect over the line y equals 2 or whatever you're reflecting over. Center of dilation, that uses a straight edge. That was in the notes from Tuesday. And yeah, more kind of reflection stuff. So make sure you study all that stuff. Test is on Friday. I will be there on Friday, I promise. So if you still have issues with any of this stuff, go to the resource room today and or tomorrow, and also come see me tomorrow morning, and I will be in the math office, room 313A, to help you with any questions you might need. Thanks. Good luck.